Sorry, he's had a few bad experiences recently. He's a bit reticent.
You don't say. Why exactly should I be taking on this lad?
We can pay you well to take him in. He's unfortunately got nowhere else to go right now.
He looks at the boy and he kind of says, I'm not looking for an apprentice at the moment, madams.
I look at Drion as if to say, well, shall I continue persuading him?
He nods a little bit shyly.
But Drion doesn't have anywhere else to go.
Honestly, he really would make a fantastic tailor. He's, from what I know of him anyway, he's very honest and he will work incredibly hard for you.
Can you make me a persuasion check, please?
Nice.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
So, the tailor kind of sighs and says, "Madam, sorry, madam. What's your name?"
You can call me Escal.
Eskel. Thank you. Look. I would love to take on an apprentice at the moment, but I've my shop's not been in the best state recently, and it's going to be incredibly difficult for me to do so without some assistance.
What do you mean your shop's not been in the best state?
He sighs and says, there's a band that's been going around here and the market recently, asking for us to pay protection money, if you get my drift."
So, if we were to take care of these individuals for you, would you be willing to take on Drion?
Most certainly. Like I said, I would be interested in doing so in any case, but it would be a struggle for me to provide his upkeep to the proper standard the lad deserves with this kind of shadow over my head at the moment.
Okay, understood. So, if you could tell us any useful information about these people, we will take care of them for you
We'll
in
take
exchange
care of
for
it.
Drion.
He nods and says, "Well, it's a band that's not really been around until fairly recently. Some bloke called Bianco seems to be the lead, but he never actually shows his face around. They're pretty nasty types. They usually come around at this point in the evening most days and ask at least the gold off almost every market trader, or..." He kind of shrugs and says, "Well, they don't look so pretty if they don't agree."
Ah, yes. We've actually heard of this individual from some of our, well, encounters on the road, shall we say.
At this point in time, Drion is looking incredibly nervous.
Drion, what's wrong? Are you okay?
You remember the guy I said that Zeno was talking to?
Oh.
Yes,
We'll just have to take
I
care of this
remember
too.
well.
I think that might be him.
Oh.
Okay, well, as it so happens, we already have some knowledge of this man, Bianco, or whatever he is, so I will collect my companions from the local taverna and we will try to take care of him for you.
The man nods and then he looks down at Drion and says, "Lad, you look as though you could do with a meal. Would you like one?" And the boy nods. Is that okay, Miss Inesca?
Of course it is. I smile beautifully at the man.
Oh, I feel like that ought to be a check of some sort, but I'm not sure which. He
Persuasion,
smiles
charisma?
back and... Yeah, make me a charisma check, why not?
Is this the difference between a half smile and a Sheldon smile?
Which one do you want me to do? I've got.
Oh, just do a
performance,
charisma check.
persuasion.
Just do a general
Persuasion.
charisma check. Roll charisma and add your bonus.
Hang on. So course. Do you mean core stats on the save, or?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
He looks moderately charmed by you.
So he should. I'm a very charming person.
The potato smiles back. Goodness me.
You're a bad person. The middle-aged tailor is on the chair.
I look mildly perturbed at hearing an elven voice ringing in my ear from out of nowhere.
Oh dear.
Okay, so just to make it clear, these are not skulls. These are rolls of cloth. If you roll in, they're not skulls.
We
They
don't
look
think
like
they were
skulls.
skulls. We thought the
I
chair
thought they
was a
were
potato.
skulls. And the chair is a potato holding a shield.
He's totally facing the wrong way. He's not even facing the shield toward the people.
You know, I really can't unsee that now. It is literally a potato holding a shield to me, and forever will be.
Okay,
Time to move on.
so you're just wrapping up your business with the tailor when the door swings open and a young man walks in. He looks as though he's maybe in his late teens, possibly going into early 20s. He's got a medium tan and short curly brown hair. Most unusually, his eyes are actually silver, so could the two of you please make me a history check? So that's Telemaine and Lucy.
How do I do that?
Just roll a d20 and add your intelligence, I believe, for history. Wow.
Oh fuck me, that one.
Wow, Lucy!
Oh my god.
That's not good.
And ooh,
That's really not good.
Esal is just looking in completely the opposite direction, admiring the fabrics.
Doesn't even notice him walking in. Telemaine?
just
Roll
figuring out the
D20,
roll. She's
Telemaine.
about to roll.
Cool.
I
be
would say
fair,
it's more like
You can't.
Escal thinks this person is a demon.
you,
I think it's supposed to be
you
minus
can't
one.
You can't do any worse than Lucy did. So
13.
Okay, Telemaine, you've seen quite a lot of different people around Pharos, which is the island where you grew up, and you're able to guess from the looks of him that he's got elven blood somewhere along the lines, but you're not quite sure where. Good morning, oh sorry, good afternoon, he says to the tailor cheerily. Any trouble as yet today? And the man shakes his head. He then looks at Telemaine and says, Good morning, darling, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. Who are you?
Oh, name's Leotto. I'm just wandering around checking on how people are doing around the area. I don't suppose you've noticed anyone. He leans in a bit and winks towards you and winks at you. Suspicious by any chance?
Oh god, what even is a Tezzeret? So Tezzeret is just like, well, suspicious. We did encounter some bandits outside.
He looks quite interested. You don't say. Don't suppose they had a leader of some sort?
I am going to look towards the tailor and can I make a perception check to see if he's getting nervous around this guy?
Yeah, of course you can.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That's
Okay,
nat
you
20.
notice. You notice that rather than looking nervous, the tailor actually looks rather pleased to see Liotto.
Well, I know what to say to this guy. Whatever leader they have, they should have been leading by some god instead of by human hands.
He looks a tiny bit taken aback, but says, "Well, the people of the gods are always friends of mine. Tell me, my dear, how long do you intend to be in town?"
Only as long as my god wills it.
Ah, maybe if your god wills it, I can take you for a drink sometime.
Oh, I don't drink. I'm sorry. Bayumos says no.
He makes a friendly gesture and says, "Fair enough. In that case, I don't suppose there's any chance I could show you around the markets at all."
I'm sorry I have obligations to do, so I will have to say no.
Okay, fair enough. On that note, can we please head over to the markets?
Hello?
Someone was in
Every
the
time
market.
I go to
That
talk,
was
you
me.
interrupt me.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Rewind.
I was
So,
going
do
to
your thing,
say-
then we'll go over.
I was going to say, perhaps you could give us some information on these desirables.
Larson said, "I probably could do that. What kind of information did you have in mind?"
Well, we've been talking to our good tailor friend here, and he has said that you're being troubled by an individual called Bunko and his group.
Bianco, that's the one. He grimaces. Not what you'd call friendly. Me and my ma have been trying to deal with him ever since he decided to show his ugly head in town, but unfortunately there's not much sign of his head.
You have no clue as to his whereabouts then?
Not anything much, to be honest. His men seem to be surprisingly quiet about the situation. He then looks somewhat bright and says, "Here, I don't suppose you fancy teaming up and finding out a bit more about the man, do you?"
Well, we have already made an agreement with this good sir here. We said we'd take care of him in exchange for him taking our young Dre on as an apprentice.
Marvellous! He sticks out a hand to you and says, "It's an agreement then."
Fantastic.
Okay, and on that note, we will head over to the market. So, market people, what are you
Weird.
doing?
Browsing the food, looks like.
Okay, so it's getting to. No, so the market, despite the fact it's getting on for late in the day, is still pretty busy. The market vendor behind the stall looks up and says, "Ah, greetings." He struggles for a moment and then says, "Sir, can I help you today?"
Oh, I'm just passing through, looking to see what catches my eye. Hunt's been a bit slow lately, so I'll have to pick up a few pieces before I go on back out on my own.
Ah, yes, I'm sure, sir. Travelling adventurer, is it?
I am.
Okay, he looks as though he's about to start making a sale of some sort when you notice a group of men heading towards you from the west end of the dock, and the vendor's complexion notably pales.
So I glanced over them. By the way, what's the weapon policy in town? Is it just open carry?
He looks over towards the men and says,
This is out of character, sorry. I mean, like, we would have
sorry.
been told as we came in.
Um, people don't mind you carrying weapons, but if you start using them too much, there's
Right.
potentially going to be trouble.
So open carry, just be reserved with them. Yeah. makes
Sure.
sense. Okay, so I noticed his expression and I glanced toward them, then back to him again. You know them?
Everyone knows them.
Ah.